So, Kaleidoscope, my more detailed thoughts. Let's start with I don't know how the fuck I watched the show. I knew before it came out that I didn't want to watch it. I don't know why I took someone's recommendation when I know I like what I like and I don't like what I don't like. But I made this bad decision anyway, and I regret it, but it gives me something to talk about, alright? I get to talk about how ass it was. This show was one of the worst shows I've ever watched, with some of the worst characters I've ever seen in any medium. Let's start with saying that Judy is the dumbest female character I've ever seen in anything, anywhere. And spoilers, she wins. She gets everything and gets away with everything. Fuck this show. I don't remember what episode is which. I don't know the order to tell it in because it's all in its own order. I don't remember what color is which episode. I remember I didn't hate every episode. I think I liked one, possibly two. But it was just, it's poorly written. It's poorly directed. It's poorly acted by a lot of the cast members. I mean, Giancarlo Esposito never disappoints. The Australian dude, I think he played Captain Boomerang. Actually, I'm pretty sure he played Captain Boomerang Suicide Squad. And I think he was Kano in the new Mortal Kombat. He did a good job. His character was a piece of shit. I hated his character, but he did a good job of making me hate that character. Ava did a okay job. The girl who played Ava did an okay job, but Ava, she wasn't that great, and her character was just ass anyway. Especially, I'll tell you the episode I hated the most was the episode all about Ava and the FBI agent, and the FBI agent was horrible. Can't say she can't act, but she can't play this role. It was so not believable. And I don't know if the character was supposed to be that shitty or she just made the character that shitty, but I hated the FBI agent. Oh, and then the way she just dies in the street after shaking the dude's hand. You're supposed to just assume things. There's no detailed explanation or anything. She just gets a handshake. I guess it was the triplets that sent somebody to kill the cop, so they stopped looking into their bonds disappearing. And like everything was for nothing. The whole heist was pointless. Judy lets her husband, I don't know how the fuck she even married the nigga, lets her husband, the Australian dude, Bob, do all this fucked up shit, and then when RJ fights back and shoots him, she kills RJ. But then she decides to kill Bob after he tries to shoot at Stan. Why did she kill Bob before she cared about RJ? It made no sense. That's why I say the writing is bad. It made no sense. And she didn't even like make sure he was dead. She just ran off. And then how the fuck did Bob know to put something in his throat to breathe? How did he know that in his neck? How did he know that? Because he watched The Nobody, Mr. Nobody, whatever that movie was called. I think it's called Mr. Nobody, a great movie. Because he watched that, because that's the only thing I've seen that shit in. This nigga didn't take no medical classes. He don't know anything about having his windpipe broken. That was bullshit. Pulled out of the ass. Completely pulled out of the ass. He should be dead. And the way they tell the story is just so all over the place. Like, even if you watch it in the correct chronological order, it still makes no sense because so many important details are left out. And there's one scene in the heist episode when they're trying to explain something they left out, like what the fuck Hannah's doing, and they're throwing all these flashbacks to give emotional moments and shit. And one of the flashbacks is a scene from the future, and I'm cracking up because even though I didn't see that scene, I just had a feeling it was from the future because I know she was pregnant. She didn't have the baby yet, so why is there a flashback of her already having the baby and showing the baby to her father, Ray, Leo, whatever? That shit had me cracking up. I was like, this shit is so bad. That's what I'm talking about, bad directing. What else do I want to say about this shitty ass show? um, what else happened? Oh, the action scenes were all horrible. Very few of them, but they're so bad. But when did they all learn how to shoot and be such good aims? And they shoot with such confidence. None of them have been in a firefight, but none of them fear getting shot. Like nobody has any fear of anything. It's such bullshit. It's just so unrealistic and unrelatable. Just the action scenes were just so bad. I forget which one I was thinking about specifically when I was cracking up yesterday. But it was just one shootout. I don't remember. I don't fucking remember. I'm not gonna go into detail because I don't remember. That's how stupid and pointless it was. But I do remember in the episode that takes place after, like months after the heist, and fucking Ava has all her guns. First of all, how does she move all her guns from her apartment to wherever the fuck they are? How does she move that kind of equipment? Plus, they were on a boat trying to escape before. Anyway, she has all her guns hidden all over the house in places like she would have to have all this shit custom made, like the house renovated a certain way to put all the shit the way it was. But whatever, she just has them hidden all over the place, and she's going through this stupid ass shootout. And every time she could have shot and killed the dude, she did something dumb. Like she waited till he ducked and then she shot, or the dude's about to sneak in the house. She has to jump on him, and she could have just shot him when he walked in the door because she's hiding behind the door. But instead, she kicks the door closed to let him know that he's there so that he can duck for cover, and then she tries to shoot after he's gone. And then Bob just finds all the guns in her house. He just knows where they're hidden. Like, that's just common fucking knowledge. It's common sense that they be hidden in those places. Get the fuck out of here. And, like, they try to add in all these emotional scenes, and they all fall flat. Like, I didn't feel anything. Like, The Last of Us, both the game and the show, I felt so much pain when his daughter dies. When Joel's daughter dies, you feel that shit. In this, nothing matters, and it's all laughable or boring. It just falls flat. It's just a massive fail. I still can't believe that on the last episode I got a notification that another season was coming. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. This shit does not deserve another season, especially if everyone is dead. Yeah, spoiler. Everybody gets killed except for Stan and Judy. But Judy's a selfish bitch who just uses motherfuckers. And Stan is just a lame ass nigga. And then you got that FBI agent, the dude. That nigga's a bitch. That nigga's just a bitch. I didn't care about anybody. I like Giancarlo Esposito, but I didn't like his character. He was just an idiot. And then Hannah, like, so much of the show, they just don't show or explain. It's just like, alright, he connected with his daughter. Alright, in this episode, she's part of the heist now. And in no episode do they show when she joins or anything. It's just, now she's part of it. And it's always been that way. Or like, when did they fucking do the whole thing with the truck? Or when did they get all the fucking gadgets they got to fucking make this heist even happen? We saw the chemical thing that Judy was working on. But everything else they had, all that shit, how'd they even get the stuff? How'd they get the face scan and all this other shit? How'd he pretend to be a doctor and use an eye machine that was used to copy his eyes and all, like, just so much bullshit that these characters should not have access to, they had. And that's how they pulled the heist off. Just the whole thing was just ass, bro. It was just ass. And the fact, like I said, most of them get killed in the end. Like, the whole thing was just... Don't watch this fucking show. I'm telling you. If you're a smart human being, you will not like this show. If you're a fucking idiot, then yeah, you'll love it.